Hello guys, sorry about that. Nev had a few internet difficulties, but I am here currently alone until he gets all of that sorted. But yeah, we are here in Vegas for MRC X-Treme. We are towards the end of the season now. It's crunch time. Who could take the championships? Obviously, this is the final race before the Christmas break. We have got a week off over Christmas. So for everyone to spend with their families and all of that good stuff. But let's everyone leave a like. Don't forget all that sort of stuff. Yeah, let's get this underway. Let's get the Las Vegas Strip running. Because this is the best. Oh, maybe even the best track in the USA, you know. Genuinely. So, yeah, that could be one to think about. Hello, Mr. Hodgson. I'm all alone. Very lonely. I might start singing I Am So Lonely in a minute, just because, you know, it's part of the fun. But, yeah. Saviour, currently P4. Armar P5, Lorpy in P6, Smith is P7, P17 is P8, Scott Hinge is P9. Sorry we have missed a bit. Like we said, there was a few difficulties with Nev. He managed to go live, but it stopped him going live. Yeah, he's in. Nev's in, mate. But he just needs to get back in the party. I've gone live for him to sort it out, but hopefully he gets all sorted and all that good stuff. Hello, Nev. I've gone live to save you the stress.
Okay, thank you.
When you're... Oh, you are back. Okay, yeah, you sound better this time as well. That's good.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on there. Yeah, my internet, I just completely crashed out of the session and everything, so... It is what it is.
It's all good. We're live. That's all that matters. I had to scramble to write a title so quickly when you left. That was so fun.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, sorry about that.
It's all good. Oh, Rassam's hit the wall into the sphere. That didn't go too well. That's such a hard part of the track, though, the sphere, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Sorry, I'm just getting on board with Rassam to see where he was. But yeah, it's the left-hander with the where you're turning left and then you're braking into the turn. It is quite difficult to get that right and spot a braking point. So yeah, I'm not surprised if he made a bit of a mess of it through there.
I noticed that the car never feels stable in the entry to it, though. My car always seems to just like step out a little bit on the entry. On the exit was fine, which is where I usually go, but it was on the entry that I was like, it was a bit weird, but it's probably something to do with my setup, so. Oh,
Micro Mash has had a problem.
What's he done? I better put some telemetry on because I had none of it on nothing. Right. Anyway, Micro. Yeah. Where? It must have been pit lane related or something.
Yeah, it was on the straight after turn 2, I think it is.
Oh, that's strange.
So I don't know what happened there, but yeah, I just jumped on board and he was facing the wrong way, so must have had some sort of issue.
Yeah, that's a little bit weird. But yeah, we've got 8 minutes left of qualifying. Baby Hornet in P4. Kid Dynamite, Jules, they're the two early protagonists. I just realised though, like, you've got no Ben A tonight, you've got no Eugenie, you've got no Chris Bailey. It opens it up for the tier 1 boys a little bit.
Yeah, definitely, and Jules is sitting on pole at the moment. He's definitely one of the quicker guys in tier 1, so this is an opportunity for him to stamp his authority a bit on this grid.
Yeah, without a doubt. Kid Dynamite, we know how quick he is. He's just insanely... He doesn't get a lot of time to practice these days, sadly, so we don't get to see the full extent of his speed anymore. But you're probably glad you don't get to see it. It gives you a bit of a chance.
Well, I mean, I was saying before, I haven't had a lot of chance to practice this season either, so well, I don't really get the benefit of. I mean, Kid, even when if he doesn't practice all that much, he's still, you know, right up there. He's P2 at the moment, so it doesn't seem to be affecting him too much.
Yeah, that's true. I've just realised Ben is in the lobby. He's just got wets on.
Yeah, possibly fancying a, I don't know, starting last and coming through the field.
I think he's just taking the mick. He can do that though. Like we've seen it so many times where he messes up his quali or he messes up something in the race. He'll fly through the field like it's nothing. Like even Eugeni to some extent has never made tier 1 look so newbie compared to him. Do you know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
But
yeah, his speed is like I've never seen anyone as quick as this. I think
over one lap I'd say
he's
better than Eugeni, personally. Definitely over one lap. Maybe Eugeni has the consistency side of things a little bit, but it's close. Oh god, Ant's got issues. I can't get my wheel to calibrate correctly. Oh god. He's done a 134.3, which is probably quicker than me in tier 3 with a non-calibrated wheel. That's just brilliant, that, isn't it?
I'll just ride on board with him for a minute, see if I can spot what's going on. Although he's only on an outlap, so
I'm waiting for him not to turn and just go straight into a barrier, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, he's just testing it out.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's just pretty much stopped and now he's weaving. I hope no car comes flying around that corner. That'd be rather scary. Maybe he's alright. No, maybe he's not, because it did not turn there, and that was my purpose.
Yeah. I guess we'll just have to see when he gets to another flying lap.
Yeah, Jules has improved the 131.1 from him. He's on it today.
Yeah, definitely. I don't remember the pole time from tier 1 Monday. I wonder if a high 30. I'm pretty sure you can get in the 30s around here.
Well, yeah, I would say so. I mean, Jules has done a 31.1, so Ben's probably going to hit at least a 29. So, Ben's usually a second faster than everyone in quali. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But, interesting. So, what's your favourite thing about this track then?
The checkered flag at the end. I don't like this track, to be really honest. It's not one of my favourites. But I think maybe the corner that we were talking about before around the sphere where you turning left and then braking gives me a bit of a vibe of the turn at Bahrain. I can't remember the number of it, but similarly to that, that's sort of quite a nice little challenge to try and get that corner right. So that's probably the highlight for me.
Well, I have to say, today was the first time I've ever driven this track, and I got very Baku vibes from the 90-degree corners and stuff like that. And the straight.
Yeah. The straight here is crazy. This straight here feels longer than the one at Baku, which is probably not true, but I don't know, it just seems to go on, and then there's a lot of DRS going down there as well. It's good, it sort of gives you a chance for overtaking, but I don't know, it doesn't appeal to me so much.
Yeah, no, I was laughing my head off on my first quali lap because I was going around the final corner, which you might think, oh, it's easy, it's flat out. You can't see it at any point until you actually hit it.
Yeah, it's just blind, isn't it? Blind turning, pretty much.
All of a sudden, like, it's lucky in TT when I did one lap that when I went round there and I ended up in the wall, I realised there was actually a corner there. I was like, brilliant.
Well, actually, on last year's game, when we did the first time racing around here, I think at the end of the first lap, someone was going up my inside into that final corner.
Yeah.
I didn't really know how much space to leave for the other car, so I ended up leaving them way too much and crashing into the wall and retiring. So
That's what I did at
the best memories
TT.
of that corner.
It was just,
Yeah.
I couldn't see at any point. I didn't know it was coming because I've never done this track in my life. I even had to ask some in management earlier, what direction does turn one go in, left or right? Because I had no idea.
Yeah.
But you know,
Actually, on the, in the race, I just overtaken, and then I completely missed the braking point for turn one. Broke at about 50 meters and just went off into that that runoff at the end of there. So that was embarrassing.
yeah, I saw in tier 3 just now, Baby Hornet. You know, at the end of the first DRS straight on the exit, I think it's turn 2. He just went straight on, completely forgot to brake.
Mm. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. So let's have a little look.
I think that's a feature with this track though, is that like it's just hard to spot a braking point with the walls and everything. It all kind of looks the same.
Yeah, the braking markers aren't exactly clear either. They're really not that helpful around here. Like, at least in Baku, they stand out a bit, and Jeddah. But here they don't.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
anyway,
stop
let's see how
slagging off the track
Saviour is going, because he's on a lap. Ant says it doesn't steer as much as I'm steering in real life. It's horrible. Maybe don't steer then. No, don't listen to me.
Turn up your, I don't know, turn up your sensitivity maybe?
He doesn't need to steer. He'll still beat me anyway if we did a one-on-one. But let's, Ant's put inters on. That might also be part of the reason why your car's not turning. A bit of he's done a 32-0 with no wheel pretty much. That's crazy. Mark said turn off, unplug and replug in. 31.4, good lap. 31.2, sorry. So him and his German compatriot 1 and 2 at the minute. And said he's done that 10 times and in different ways. Juicy. Let's look. Baby Hornet, he's on a lap. Can he challenge the pole position? I mean, he's a new guy to tier 1, a new guy you'd have probably raced this season. So
he just hit the wall.
Yeah, he did. That was painful.
3, I think. Yeah. But he's improved a heck of a lot this season, I must say.
He has. I think he got a P4 at, I want to say, Baku. I think it was Baku.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, he has. He's someone that I'm very close friends with. Like, we party all the time and stuff like that. He's come a very, very long way. Bearing in mind, a few seasons ago, it was me coaching him. Now it's him coaching me. So, yeah. But Rassam's retired. What happened to him? That must be a DNF somewhere. No, actually, I think he's just retired.
I think it's in the pits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's fine. Let's look at Baby Hornet, though. He's coming into that very last section, and he's going to come up to that corner that, in my opinion, doesn't exist. It's just there. Simon is the smarter Hornet. I disagree. Let's see. 31.2.
Ooh.
Oh, look how close it is, by the way, between the top 4.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Wow,
Jules!
Jules
Goes quicker.
Well, yeah, that's just maybe my words.
Yeah.
We certainly do love
I don't think there's anybody else.
Yeah. Oh God, Martin is back with a joke. Made a pig 0 of that. Got because of the upside down pig. Mark said Nev called it a 130 though. Yep, he did. That is Phil from Ben though. He did a 35.2 on inters.
That's worrying for everyone else for the actual race.
Yeah. That is rather concerning. We will have a 5-minute break now, but yeah, this is. I hope it's a lot less crashy than Tier 3. I don't think that'll be hard to beat. But your grid for the race: Jules takes pole, Sabian second, Kid is third, Baby Hornet fourth, Arrow Boys in fifth, Anton sixth, Law P7, Martin eighth, Rassam in ninth, Armar Red 10th, Ninja 11th, B17 12th, Smith 13th, Ben 14th, and Micromash in 15th. You'd argue the two outright fastest are starting 14th and 15th here.
Well, certainly. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, Jules is very, very quick as well. But yeah, Ben and Micromash have been two of the leading lights in Tier 1 in the last season or so. So
I mean,
yeah, it'll be
I think
interesting to see what they can
everyone
do.
in the league thanks them a little bit because they're the two that have actually managed to take it to Eugenie a little bit. So
Hmm.
it is quite
Yeah,
nice to see someone battle him consistently. But
yeah,
I have to say, this track has surprised me a lot with like F1 IRL though, because there's been some two brilliant races here now though.
yeah. That's true. I think that with that long straight and the DRS, it does make overtaking quite possible down there.
Yeah,
And then obviously last year there was that last lap overtake by Charles Leclerc on Perez, and then
yeah,
this
that was
year it was,
unbelievable.
yeah, it was brilliant. And then obviously this year it was Hamilton coming through the field and quite a lot of overtaking with Verstappen and Russell and Norris. So yeah, just a shame it starts at a ridiculous time, really. Because I'm not one for early starts, and the 6 a.m. Uh, lights out time for Las Vegas is was a bit too much for me.
Yeah, yeah, I know the feeling, but the thing I like about this track is it's only 25 laps for a 50%, so it doesn't go
Yeah,
on forever. If there's no safety cars, this could be the quickest race of the season. So,
yeah, definitely.
but
Because it's not a massively long lap, is it?
it's only 130. So, I mean,
Yeah,
in terms of distance, it's a long lap, but in terms of actual lap time, it's not. I believe in
yeah,
distance, it's one of the longest tracks on the calendar, but because it's so high speed, you get it done so much quicker. So,
yeah,
yeah, whereas like Singapore's one of like not even the longest tracks on the calendar, but it's so slow speed that it takes forever. So
yeah,
yeah, it's crazy. And it's the same for Monza. Like you would think, oh, Monza's probably what, a 32, 33. Like no, it's only 27. So
yeah. And
yeah,
that's all super high speed as well.
yeah, it's crazy. But what time are we getting underway? That is the question. I'm not sure. I didn't see. Has anyone even announced it? Let's see. X-Treme. Nope, no one's even announced it, so we are none the wiser. So,
Hmm. I'll just have a
does
look in general, see if it's been put
does
in
that mean
there.
I get the
Let's see.
power to say lights out and away we go, and that's when everyone can ready up?
Well, it depends who's watching the stream, I guess.
I hope no one clicks it now.
Yeah, I mean, so we've got three American tracks now in Formula One. We've got Austin, we've got Miami, and we've got here.
Yeah,
Would you say what's your favorite out of those three?
they're all absolute rubbish. I mean, I know it depends how I look at it. Like my best result has come at Miami.
Hmm.
My favorite one on this game is Kota.
Yeah.
But they're all trash. All three of them are rubbish. If I had to pick, I'd go Kota, I think, just.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't, like, I think genuinely, if you was gonna get me to, like, list all 24 tracks, I genuinely think all 3 US tracks would be in the bottom 5.
See, I don't mind Kota so much. I mean, I'm a bit biased because my only ever MRC win was at Kota. But I quite like it for racing as well. There's quite a lot of places there where you can go side by side. And I actually don't even mind Miami quite so much. But I think that's because, again, I seem to have raced all right there. But here, I just don't get on with this track at all. I've done 2 races here, and both of them have been awful.
I mean, Miami, on this game, it feels like Baku last year, where there's no grip. Kota, it was the first time, I think, on the entirety of F124, F123, where I actually had a good setup. So I felt good around Kota. And then this, I mean, the less I speak about this track, the absolute better, because I don't think I could keep it PG if I speak any more about it. But yeah, it's very bad. But then it's also, I think a lot of it is I didn't know it. So maybe it would grow on me the more I try. And then obviously I only lasted 10 laps before an incident in Tier 3. So I only actually got to drive about 15 laps altogether of this track today. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But we are going. We have got a formation lap, of course, first though. So this, I'm interested to see where Ben and Micromesh are going to end up here, though. And says it's still not calibrated. Sorry to interrupt, but that's what he just said. Oh no.
Oh dear. I mean, that's going to be potentially quite dangerous for the race start.
Yeah, I don't want to be anyone ahead of him. Let's just say that.
No.
But yeah. Let's just hope
that for the same tyre.
I haven't actually checked that. That's a very valid point. Yeah, I think medium is the right option though, because a safety car is highly likely early on, and you need that option to be able to switch to the hards, whereas you won't get that if you start on the hards. So, yeah, I think that's the right call, personally. But
yeah, as long as there's no rain or anything, because we had Tier 1, I think that there was forecast for rain sort of just past halfway into the race, so there was quite a lot of people starting on the hards for that. But yeah, in normal circumstances when it's dry, I'd agree, you don't want to be on the hards for the start.
Yeah, 100%. But I mean, this is also a track where temps are really low as well, so it's even harder to get heat into them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that is true.
But we'll see.
One more thing I'm going to say about this track in a negative way is that I don't like the fact that the starting grid is like on a bend. If you're towards the back of the grid, you basically start at an angle. I think that's rubbish.
Do you want me to say that that's the one thing I did like? Do you know what the issue was though?
Right.
I started on the corner. Literally on the corner.
Yeah.
So I was like, thank God they show me lights here on my own screen, because otherwise I would have not have a clue. Because you can't see them. But, because I started, so you can see the lights at the top right there. I started on the left of those lights. I couldn't see those lights. I couldn't see the lights either at the front. So I was like, oh no, what am I going to do here?
That sounds like a problem for real life drivers as well then, if it is like that.
Mark just said Neville started as far back as New York on Monday. Wow. But 5 red lights, and we are sometime today going to go racing. It's a good start from Xavier. Pretty poor start actually from Jules. Xavier's going to go up the... No, he's not, because actually the outside line is the better 1-4 turn 1, because it's almost like a Netherlands/Qatar turn 1 in a way. But interesting start there. Micromash and Ben have already gained places.
I saw, I think it was an RB absolutely go storming into turn 1 towards the back. I think that was Armour Red. And he seems to have gotten away with it. He's up to P9.
Yeah, oh, Mark was saying that about him, not you. Sorry, I just absolutely...
I was going to say, I thought I qualified ahead of you, Mark, you cheeky bugger.
I was like, for some reason I thought he was talking about you. I don't know why I said that, but okay. I'm just stirring the pot.
Just trying to stir the pot. Yeah.
Part of the fun. Anyway, Saviour, Jules. Oh, Saviour's under pressure here though. Here goes Kid Dynamite down the Las Vegas Strip. Most people start ahead of you. Yeah, we know.
Voice has had a good start as well.
Yeah, that's rare. He's up. Yeah, he's up to P4. Wow. Yeah, I was going to say 2 Hasses in the top 4. What is good? 2 Hasses, a kick at RB. Brilliant. Love that. But Kid is still side by side with it. No, said he had a bit of a moment. But everyone seems to... oh, no. I was going to say everyone seems to have made it okay. B17's in a walk. Brilliant. Love that.
He should get going again. Yeah, he's got all good now.
Has he got damage? I'm trying to see.
Yeah, he's got side, not side pod. End plate damage, that's what
yeah,
I'd say.
Ninja's gone at turn 1 as well. He's had a spin. But Jules has pulled that DRS over Kid. This has been the dream start for Jules so far. Baby Hornet's back past
Saviour's lost it as well.
Oh wow.
Well,
yeah,
just about. Yeah.
He's got Baby Hornet for company at the minute in the McLaren. So this is gonna get interesting because Jules and Baby Hornet are the 2 that seem to have all the pace at this early stage. So we'll see how this plays out.
Yeah.
I keep wanting to watch Ant just to see if he can turn corners, but somehow he's still going.
Yeah, so he's definitely not at his full pace though. He'd be right up there with the front boys if his wheel was behaving.
Yeah, I just can't imagine what it's like going, like, oh no, it would scare the life out of me being ahead of him right now. But let's...
We've got Ben and Micromash trying to make their way around Armour Red into the first corner. Ben goes around the outside. Micromash will have a go on the next straight, I would have thought.
The last thing Micromash will want is Ben escaping him. He needs to stay with Ben. That's absolutely pivotal at this stage, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
But he's not. No, he wasn't. The unlucky thing for Micromash there was Armour Red got the DRS off Ben, so he couldn't even make a move on him.
Yeah, he's going to have to try something maybe a little bit unorthodox without the DRS.
Also, Hornet's just got Saviour for P3, so it's all getting very interesting to say the least. Big moment for Hornet though. Wow, he saved that. That was dodgy, but let's see Error Voice now. He's right up the rear end of Saviour. He's going to get him as well. He's just got so much overspeed on him. But I tell you what, they both might get Hornet here. No, oh, sensible from all 3, thank goodness. I saw that ending in an absolute airplane crash.
Single track just put a move down the inside of Lorpy at the end of that straight as well, and it might have allowed BNE also to make a move. He sets the fastest lap as well, but he's
got on the inside of his teammate as well. Yeah, wow. That was some move. It almost looked like Martin was okay with him going through there though, because he didn't really defend it at all, and Ben did make it quite clear that he was going to go up the inside as well, didn't he? But Micromash is stuck.
Yeah, he's got a lot of ground to make up now, but he's gone round the outside of Lorpy into whatever turn that is, 4.
I call it the entry to the sphere. That's what I'll call it. But yeah, no, that was. I saw that. I was like, oh no, he's gonna end up in a wall here. Then all I see is him ahead. I was like, wow, okay, that shuts me up. Yeah. But Kid is now right up the rear end of Jules, so what Kid and Jules will be hoping is Saviour, Baby Hornet and Aero Boys will start to really have a scrap. But here goes Kid. I will say though that the DRS down that straight is way too long.
Yeah.
It does not need to be that long. Oh, Saviour and Aero Boys, sir! Saviour's in a wall!
Oh no, he's lost loads of places.
Yeah, I think him and the camera angle was absolutely terrible, but I think him and Aero Boys came together.
And B&E now up into 5th and another fastest lap, so he really is charging.
Yeah, and he's in the DRS of Aero Boys and Hornet already. He's about 5 seconds off the lead. No, sorry, more than that. About 7 seconds off the lead. This is filth. Quite literally filth. The disturbing thing for Aero Boys is he's got no DRS from Hornet either.
Yeah. Whoa, big back end slide from B&E, but he held on to it.
Yeah, I saw that. Ooh. But yeah, that was some driving there. But wow, these laps go quick. We're already on lap 5. It doesn't feel like we are, but we are. Wow.
Yeah, and everyone's still going in the race. No retirements, no safety cars yet either.
Don't say things like that, especially when I'm on
comms.
Sorry. When I say it, oh my god, it happens within 2 seconds. But let's see. Here goes Ben. Yeah, I wonder, does potentially Aero Boys have some damage we can't see? Because he's dropping like a fly.
Yeah, potentially. And he's got Micro Mash has gone through as well.
I wonder if it's like side pod damage, because the contact did look side pod to front wing. So
yeah, that would explain the loss of top speed as well.
The thing is, this race is still far from over for Saviour though. He's still got a big opportunity here. Like, he's still very much, all it takes is a safety car and he's back on the pack, and then he's golden. But Jules has got that lead back as well, which is interesting. Him and Kid are just sort of happy to keep trading at the minute.
Yeah, I think that's their best thing for them to do, really, because obviously Ben is going to be so quick, and they need to try and work together as much as possible to hold him off for as long as they can.
Yeah, Ninja's just gone round at turn 1. Doesn't seem to be his friend today, that corner. He had a moment there in tier 3 as well. So, oh, so close to contact between Kid and Jules there. Wow, these two are really getting up close and personal.
Thing is, now we're on that long straight again, and it's going to be very easy for Kid to retake that place, and Ben as well in the background is going to take Hornet.
Yeah, good move, but I think he might be the new favourite for this race now.
Yeah, he's, even with Kid and Jules having DRS on each other, he's still closing that gap, so.
Yeah, he certainly is. He's just at the fastest lap as well, so. I'll tell you what though, I didn't really get to test out strategies here. So Saviour pit on lap 6 for hard. Can he go to the end with them?
I think so. I think he should be able to. Especially with the lower temps round here.
Oh!
That will help them to last a bit longer.
Oh, there's contact! Wow! They were 3 wide down the straight. Micromash pulled out very, very wildly. But yeah, come on, yeah, YouTube chat. Mark, you tell them. Get involved. Leave a like as well. If you don't leave a like, I'm going to send Captain Rum on to you. So yeah. But no, that was insane, because Micromash pulled out really late, which forced Ant to move over. It did look a little bit wheel problem-ish there, though, for Ant that caused that.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been watching him for the last lap or so, and I've been his teammate before, and this is not his style of driving. He's all over the place at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, that just looked insanely dodgy, but not dodgy by him, if that makes sense. It looked like he had no control over that car for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So, what was impressive, though, is he managed to get it stopped pretty well as well. But, you know, I'm not going to laugh because I'm sure he is fighting with every bit of his being to keep that car going at the minute. But Micromash passed Baby Hornet, so they've gone from the back row to third and fourth in 8 laps.
Yeah, and Ben almost within a second as well. It's just mind-boggling, his pace. It really is.
Yeah, you know when you're just like, I wish I could just do 1 lap, not even just 1 lap as quick as him. I don't even want the consistency. I just want to be able to do it once, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because I can guarantee you, every single one of his laps in this race have been quicker than I could do in qualifying. I'd put very good money on it. So, it's he's so good to watch though, because he's unbelievably clean as well.
Yeah,
at the same
true.
point.
Yeah, that's definitely a big plus, because sometimes you see people who are very quick, but yeah, they sort of they just don't have the racecraft to go with it. So fair play to him for having that side of things nailed down as well.
Oh, Jules just made the move on Kid, but nearly outbroke himself. I think he touched the wall. I can't see any damage, but I think he did touch the wall because he really overshot the corner. But Kid might have a look at his turn 1, but no, yeah, I think he's okay though, Jules. 10-second penalty for Scottish Ninja. Kid
Ben are right up behind him now, behind Jules.
Yeah, they really are. This is going to get... The thing is, you know, if this was Prime Kid Dynamite against Ben, I'd be like, oh, yes, please. But sadly, Kid's not quite that level anymore. I don't even... I don't know. Was you here when Kid was in his absolute prime?
I think his last championship was possibly just before I started.
Oh,
but he was still very quick. Like when I started, he was still right up there.
Yeah, no, that season he won the championship. He was like, I mean, you wouldn't have seen Prime Sarge either, would you? When he won 3 in a row. But Kid started last, gave everyone a lap head start in 100% at Silverstone and beat them on the last lap.
Wow.
And that had like Jay Sarge, Saviour, and a few others. Yeah. I was like, his pace at Silverstone. He's the reason I'm so quick at Silverstone, because he used to be my driver coach. Silverstone is the only race I could turn up in Tier 1 and think I could actually compete with one person.
I think, by the way, that... Oh, there's people coming into the pits. Ben and Jules are coming in.
Yeah,
oh, and Jules has hit the back of Ben going into the pits.
I didn't see any window flying though, so you might be okay. But
yeah,
you do get that really annoying damage where we can't see it, but they do have it, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah.
I had that in Tier 3.
And they won't repair it in the pits either, I found.
No.
It's really annoying.
I had like the most minuscule piece of damage in Tier 3 before my incident. I didn't even notice it, if I'm being totally honest. The car felt pretty much the exact same. But I'll tell you what though, Ben is lagging, which is a bit of an issue. I'm watching Jules right behind him. Ben's actually... Oh! Jules has nearly hit him. Wow, that was very, very close. But Kid, Baby Hornets dropped quite a way back from Kid now, though.
Yeah, maybe it's just with the tyre wear he's not handling it as well.
Quite possibly, maybe he took too much out early on, whereas Kid was quite conservative for the first 2 or 3 laps. Let Jules almost have a gap and then almost floored it, didn't he, pretty much, Kid? So...
Yeah.
That's...
And he was working with Jules with the DRS as well.
Yeah, that's true. He didn't really have to push a whole lot because he was just there. But let's see, is Baby Hornet going to pit? Is Kid going to pit? Kid is in. What about Baby Hornet? No, he's going to stay out. Maybe Baby Hornet's going to just try and... Okay, I have a few seconds off. Let's see if a safety car can come out and benefit me that way. So... And I think Ant's probably thinking the same with his... It's very much damage limitation, Ant, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I mean, I'm impressed that he's carried on, to be honest. I think if my wheel was playing up, I'd just pack it in because it would just feel horrible. But he's doing all right, to be fair to him.
Yeah.
Oh, and Jules is going past Kid. Kid's just come out of the pits, and Jules has got past him at turn 3.
What's scary is Ben's now in the net lead. Oh, he's gone straight on at the sphere. Well, he didn't go straight on, but he sort of went wide, went off track. It would have given him a warning. Obviously, if he cut the whole thing, he'd have got like a... Well, no, in this game, probably half an hour's worth of penalties. But, yeah, he had a big lock up into the sphere. It's like he didn't expect it to come. But next up, Lorpy. He seems to have recovered himself a little bit here, so he's all good. Is it me, by the way, or does that Williams look pink at the front? From certain angles. It looks very pink.
Is it one of the sponsors?
Possibly. It looks like there's a pink line going around the car on the front wing. Front nose, sorry. Maybe I'm just too tired and hallucinating. But Rassam's in the pits. My voice is going. Baby Hornet is also in the pits. So yeah, this is Micromash fastest lap as well. Interestingly, he's also now on this battle for the lead.
Yeah, he's on the back of this this train of cars, so he's pulled himself back into it.
Yeah, Jules. Okay, Jules has got that move done perfectly. He might now... Oh, I think the Alpine nearly went straight on. That's going to open the opportunity for Mr. Dynamite. But he's not... He's going to have a look round the outside into the sphere, but no, this is just hurting him. I wouldn't even try and move him. It's going to actually hurt him more.
Micromash as well.
He certainly does, because he's up the inside. That's going to turn to the outside very, very quickly. But look at how close he is to Lorpy.
Oh, wow.
This is insanely close. I don't know how he didn't hit him there. That was like half a millimetre between him and Lorpy. But, wow.
Yeah, Lorpy's going to get swamped here. Oh, and now Kid right up the back of Micromash.
Yep, he certainly is. Let's have a look. No. Micromash just seems to have that little... Oh, 3 seconds for Jules. That's not good news at all. Especially when he's 2.5 behind Ben now as well. Lorpy's in the pits. So, now it's a matter of can Micromash... Well, he should be able to stay within 3 seconds of Jules, you'd think, wouldn't you? But... Let's...
Yeah.
Just see, I guess.
I wondered if Jules, because we mentioned earlier, well, you mentioned that he'd hit the wall, and we were wondering if he had a little bit of damage from it. And I wonder if that is the case, because he has. I mean, Ben is obviously very quick, but he's fallen back from Ben a little bit quicker than I would have expected.
Yeah, and I'm watching him as well. He's locking up a lot, Jules. Bearing in mind, these are pretty fresh tyres, so it's not because he's on old tyres or anything. So, yeah, I do. Or maybe he's just struggling more than the others with warm up as well, potentially. But yeah, he doesn't look like he's got a whole lot of pace right now, does he? To be honest.
No. easily get past him here.
Yeah, this straight is way too. This DRS zone is way too long. It does not need to be that long. They could actually half it and it'd still be just as effective. But through goes Micromash for P2 now. Let's see, can he make any impression on Ben? That's ultimately the question now.
I think he has set the fastest lap of the race as well, Micromash, so he's certainly got the pace. Just about putting it together consistently now.
Yeah, those hards definitely, he's definitely got a bit of confidence on those hards. That's a given, but we'll see. Now, Jules and Kid, they're also going to want to almost hope Micromash can catch up, but they kind of need to work together now to be able to get anywhere near Ben.
Yeah, definitely.
Because will-to-will racing will just give him this race at this point, so...
Yeah, if they could try and do what Jules and Kid did in the first few laps, that's going to be their
Saviour's
best
in the
chance.
wall!
Oh no.
This is very unlike Saviour. That one was simply just a missed braking point straight into the wall. This is...
He's been on those hards for 9 laps already. Maybe it's... I mean, these tyres don't really wear all that much, but might be an issue.
Single Track's just hit the wall behind him and lost his end plate as well. It's such a track. It's like I was saying in Tier 3, my plan was just, no matter what, to go to the end until I got rear wing damage. But it's one of those tracks where anyone can make just the tiniest mistake and then boom, all of a sudden the race is tipped on its head and there's a chance at points or something, isn't there? But Jules and Kid look like they're having a... Yeah, I've just seen Kid's round.
Yeah.
What happened? Did you see it totally?
I mean, I was off board, but so I didn't see exactly who did what, but it was it looked a bit like Jules turning in on Kid a bit on the inside, and it just put Kid into a half spin. But I don't know. Couldn't tell whose fault it was, if anyone's. It might have just been a racing incident, to be honest.
Huge shame for Kid though, and well, Jules not so much because he's still within the DRS of Micromash, at least for now anyway. But interestingly, Ben pulled about 3/10 on Micromash, so Micromash doesn't have an answer for Ben's pace at this stage.
Yeah. Oh, I think my screen just lagged a bit. Looked like Micromash had a problem, but he looks fine now.
I was going to say, engine failure on F124, that's a bit of a new one. But yeah, they're all starting, so you got the battle for P2 obviously, but other than that the field now is fairly spread out. You've got the 2 wounded men in P9 and P10, both with quite bad damage to their wings. So Lorpy will be fancy his chances against them. So yeah, it's gonna get interesting very quick. I'll tell you what, Lorpy's going to go for the move on Single Track, and then Single Track's going to go for the move on Saviour. They made a bit of contact, and a bit more. But here goes, they're going to be free white. No, they're not. Okay, thank goodness.
Oh, and is Martin trying to come into the pits?
I don't know, but Saviour boxed Lorpy in there, which was a bit harsh. He couldn't help it. Saviour sort of committed to the pit lane entry. Lorpy went to the inside and then got caught up behind Saviour, who was diving into the pit. So, I mean, Saviour did nothing wrong. He committed when he was supposed to commit, but it was just unfortunate really there for Lorpy. But hey, we've got 9 laps to go. And I think it's safe to say Ben's going to win this race.
Micromash has closed down the gap slightly in this last lap. It's gone down by a couple of tenths, but Ben seems to be pulling out a couple of tenths on the straight alone.
He's just taken P2. Interestingly, Jules now, maybe his tyres have got up to temp.
Yeah, he's not lost out since Micromash caught up with him, so it doesn't look like he's actually got damage.
I'll be honest, I did think Micromash was just going to almost drive off on him, because I always say in Tier 1, Micromash, Ben and Ujoni are kind of that next level up in a way, aren't they, those three? And then you've got almost everyone else fairly evenly matched after that, really. But, yeah, impressive.
You occasionally get other other drivers challenging them.
Yeah, you get Bailey in P2.
And Kid, Bailey, yeah.
Bailey's always in the fight for second, and you've got, obviously, Ant who can win the odd race. Kid, when he decides to actually try, is up there. So, yeah, there are a few others, but I mean, consistently, the main three are usually Ben, Ujoni, Micromash, aren't they? So, oh, and so I'd actually put Saviour probably in that bracket as well. But,
yeah,
we'll see. Saviour's a man that's had a lot of bad luck this season, though. I've commentated most Tier 1 races, and things haven't gone to plan when he's had the pace for it to as well. But
well, last season, before Ben came on the scene, Saviour was challenging Ugoni pretty consistently, so it's a bit of a shame for him to have fallen back a bit this season.
Yeah, I mean, he's been up there in all qualifying, like not a million miles behind, but it's something always seems to happen to Saviour in the race. He just can't seem to catch a break at the minute. That's the thing. But obviously, you don't win, 5 MRCX titles and 1 Tier 1 title by being talentless, do you? So, yeah, I mean, Ujoni has, 6 or 7 Tier 1 titles, I think it is. It's wild. But I think Ujoni probably is going to win this season as well. I haven't actually looked at the Tier 1 standings. Not that this is the place for it, I'll save that for Monday. But I heard Neville's going to be in the title fight next season.
I don't think so.
Well, you might practice.
I think I'm officially washed at this point.
Max Verstappen, I'll call you that. No, sorry, that's been my nickname all season when he hasn't won. Then he still won the title, so he's not that washed, is he? Lewis Washington, then I'll go with that.
George Washel.
He's not even washed. He was never good. No, he was.
That is true.
But yeah, what I actually meant was he's not been good enough to become washed. He's good, but not that good. Micromash fastest lap, interesting, but the gap's still very much. Ben is very much just managing that gap at this stage, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, it's been just between 4 seconds and 4.5 for the last 5 laps or so. So yeah, I think he's just managing it at this point.
What isn't helpful though is Jules and Micromash do keep swapping places.
Yeah.
Well, I think generally, I mean, in a way, they're probably benefiting each other because they are giving that DRS to each other at different stages. But yeah, that gap was up to 4.6. I think Ben's running a extremely low downforce setup.
Yeah, he's absolutely rapid on the straight down the Vegas Strip. He just seems every lap he's pulling out a few tenths through there.
I don't know if you want to leak this to the world, but what were your wings out of interest?
I think I had 8.4 on my wings.
Wow, I actually had lower wings than someone. I had 5.1.
What were yours? Yeah, I don't know. I just couldn't get to grips with this track with the technical bits. I couldn't do it without a little bit of downforce. So
I'm usually at every track. You could go to Monza and I will still be the slowest in the speed trap by about 20 miles per hour, but somehow still be quick over a lap on stuff. But this time I was like, forget it. I've got no hope here anyway. I might as well just go full speed and hope. And it worked for her for 10 laps. And then, well, until it didn't, really. But here goes. Nope. Micromash having a little look. But that gap now 5 seconds. What is impressive though is as well, single track's kept Lorpy behind him with wing damage.
But Lorpy's got some as well now. Lorpy's missing an end plate on the left hand side.
Oh, good spot, yeah. Oh, so they're both driving wounded. Saviour did decide to pit. I think that was probably the right decision. Because he had pretty severe wing damage. Half of his wing was genuinely missing. So...
yeah. And even with that, I mean, it's testament to how quick Micromash and Ben are, but he can't take fastest lap off of them. And Saviour is no slouch, so...
yeah. Bearing in mind, Micromash did that on 10 lap old hards as well, let's not forget. So,
yeah,
that makes it even more wild. But at the same time, Saviour's not being given DRS assistance, is he? Whereas Micromash is. So,
that is true.
Or he was for his fastest lap anyway. But this race has absolutely flown by the way. I can't believe it's only 10 to 10. We even started late as well, which is kind of mad, and we've only got, what, 4 laps to go, so...
yeah,
wild.
No, I'm not going to say what I was about to say, but we've only had one retirement, which is just, impressive.
I'll be very surprised if we see a green car or red car, whichever one of these decides to pop out at this stage. This is where one comes now. I knew the minute I get in that conversation, boom. But yeah, whoever brings it out 25 conduct points, there you go, you heard it here first. Baby Hornet, he's very much in his own race in P5, but the fact that Ant has managed to keep it within 1.7 of him with like basically no feeling in his wheel, he's basically driving emotionless in a way. It's wild. You can see by how early he's turning in as well, and the amount of times he's trying to flick that steering wheel to the left. I'm watching, I've just seen it. Wow, that's wild.
So he's figured out a strategy to make it work for him.
Yeah, just turn it a lot. That's how it looks. It looks like he's just turning, like there, 1, 2, 3 stabs at turning his wheel. That's wild. Jensen Button would be ashamed right now. But 3 seconds for Hornet. He's bottled it. He's absolutely bottled it. He's gonna lose the position to Ant as well. But I'll tell you what, it's been an impressive quiet race as well. I've completely missed him, but he had a bit of a hooner in qualifying. Rassam's done really well to get P7. I believe he started just ahead of Micromash and Ben.
And he's only got 1 penalty, so he's not in danger really from Error Voice.
Yeah, he will take the win for tier 2 as well, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, craziness.
Oh, yellow flag. What is that for? Oh, it's Micromash.
Oh wow.
I'm not sure how that.
He's got half a front wing.
Yeah.
Kid Dynamite may be about to re-inherit 3rd here. Well, I think it's almost a given he's going to re-inherit 3rd here.
Yeah. Yeah, Micromash will have to come in with that damage.
Saviour's put softs on. He's going for the fastest lap. But Micromash is also going to get an opportunity at that now, you would think. So, thing is it worth Micromash pitting?
Yeah,
he might
he's
as well
carried on.
Stay. Because I think worst case scenario, possibly here, is probably still P4, you know?
But he's just, yeah, he's got no turning at all, and it's easy for Kid to get by.
Yeah, certainly is. If I was Kid, I'd be absolutely sweating with him that close behind me, though. Just because he's got no wing, and I'm not saying Mike Crash is dirty in any way, I'm just saying he's going to be having to brake God knows how much earlier now, isn't he? And turn that car in stupidly early. But yeah, there you go, 3 seconds. That is race virtually over for Mike Crash. Now he may even lose out to Hornet here. Oh, Red Bull in the background just at a bit of a moment. I'm presuming that was P17 who's been lapped, but yeah, this track doesn't seem to be well. Yeah, he has. I agree.
Like his Red Bull has been there or thereabouts. Yeah, you could see the problems Amp was having there, making that turn.
He's not enjoying this one little bit, but well, I'll tell you what, if he could end up somehow ahead of Mike Crash here as well, he might have to be driver of the day, you know. I know Ben's come from last to first, but
yeah,
the fact he's driven, basically, he might as well have driven this race on a controller, essentially. Yeah. And he could still end up on it in a P4 here, but oh, Mike Crash has pit. He's retired in the pits. Come on, that was a bit silly, wasn't it? You didn't need to do that. But yeah, that's a shame because he'd have still got points here as well. He'd have got out ahead of Error Boys as well. But
yeah.
But Kid's gonna inherit
Anthony
that podium.
is.
Yes.
Yeah, and Anthony's very close behind Baby Hornet, so wheel calibration issue or not, he's finding a way to make it work.
He certainly is. But yeah, this is I've also just accidentally looked at his steering wheel and seen how much battery he's got. I might as well leak it. We're on the last lap. He's got 100% of his battery, and does.
So he'll just be waiting for one lap's time.
And I know Baby Hornet very well. I can assure, I don't even need to look. He's got less than 20%. I don't even need to look. I know him. he burns through that like crazy. And there's Ben's real pace. Armar's out in the pits as well. That seems a bit.
Pits, yeah.
Why, guys? Come on. It's another like race where everyone scores points. All you have to do is finish. But you know.
Yeah, only one lap to go as well.
Yeah. Anyway, we're on the final lap. If Ben doesn't win this race, I will put my head through a glass window and post it in general chat. Please don't DNF. If he DNFs, I might cry.
Now.
No, because the issue is, every time I say something stupid like that, they're either watching and hear me and then do it on purpose. If you do it on purpose, I'm doubling your license points. But yeah, anyway. But yeah, no, impressive that Kid has managed to recover to the podium after his contact with Jules. Jules, brilliant drive from him. He's got 3 seconds. He's going to hold on to that as well. I do wonder if we might see their incident in the stewards though.
Yeah. Obviously,
and brilliant drive with virtually no wheel. Single track's done well to finish where he's finished with the wing damage. It feels like it's hurt Lorpy a lot more because he's dropped way back. But let's go and have a look at Ben, because he's coming into the final corner and he's going to get what is a big slide across the line. Wow. But he wins it. Jules is second. Kid will be third at some point in the near future. One day he'll make it. And he does.
Ant's gone past Baby Hornet as well on the final lap.
I think Hornet. Yeah, Hornet's got wing damage. He's hit the wall somewhere. But P5, I think he'll be happy enough with that. Rassam will be in P6. Then you got Error Voice, who will be P7. Ant said that was hard. You did well, to all things considered. then you got, yeah, the last couple. Oh my God, how far behind is Smith? Oh, I changed my steering rotation from 360 to 320, and it was so much worse. I'm not surprised. B17's retired on track. That's brilliant. So the last two are Smith and Xavier. Great racing, guys. Yeah, good racing from everyone. These guys feel like they're about 6 postcodes behind. Here's Smith. He's made it. P10. Xavier, is he going to take the... did you see if Xavier got the fastest lap?
I don't think he did, because I've been keeping an eye on it, but yeah, don't know.
That's wild if
this
he
track
didn't.
really just didn't suit him.
That's wild to think that Xavier wouldn't get a fastest lap on soft. That really is crazy. But Ben gets the games driver of the day. I mean, you can't really argue it. He's gone from last to first, but it was made pretty easy for him. But let's just go through the provisional results. Ben takes the win. Jules is second. Kid Dynamite is third. Ants in fourth. Baby Hornet fifth. Rassam sixth. Aeroboy seventh. Single Track eighth. Lorpy ninth. Smith 10th. Xavier 11th. And then the DNS were B17, Armour, Micromash, and Scottish Ninja. Do you want to give your driver of the day, Neville?
It's got to be Ben. I'd love to give it to Ant for the wheel issues he's had, but you can't ignore what Ben has done there. Last to first, fastest lap, like it's just brilliant driving.
It was a lot of arrogance though, from the fact that he didn't do a lap on dry tyres in quali. I kind of rate the arrogance, but still.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, it's filth. But no, it's hard to disagree. I mean, we will give an honourable mention to Ant though with his wheel. But yeah, that's it. Christmas. Well, that's it for 2024. That's our last race. So yeah, everyone, we hope you have a good Christmas and an even better start to the new year. And MRC will be back and booming in no time whatsoever. So make sure you stay tuned. We're going to have a few races. Obviously, there's a X-Treme race in the off season. I think there's one tier. I can't remember what other tier race there is, but there's another one. And there's an MRCX race. And we'll probably have a fun event, which we've discussed briefly, and it's one you don't want to miss. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that. But Neville, thank you for joining me.
Thank you very much, and thank you for diving in when I was having my my streaming issues at the beginning.
You're all good. It's lucky that we could both lead, really, isn't it? To be honest, but yeah. But yeah, that's it. Thank you all for watching, and good night.